kind of a funny one on Reddit, and I was like, oh, we're going to steal this for the show, absolutely, because, why not? But basically, they were talking about, like, the worst first date you had that you still gave them another chance. You didn't go like, first impression, I'm out. You actually still went out with this person again in spite of that really bad date. You ever actually recover from a bad first date?
So I think it was bad on both our parts. A guy invited me to a really nice restaurant, and so I get there. Sorry, my son is here with me today. So I get there, and I find out it's his work company Christmas party. So it wasn't just like him spoiling me. But we get past that. I have fun. After this, because he worked at a bar, so then we all go to the bar, all his company, and it's an open tab. You get to drink whatever. Now, this is where I mess up. I drink a little too much. I end up getting sick, but I get sick back at his house. I threw up in his laundry basket.
Okay, it got gross. I was like, I just drank a little bit too much. That's just primo ABK right there. That's ABK classic.
But he also didn't tell me it was his parents' house, so I didn't know that, and I found that out.
That really, really bad first date, you actually managed to recover.
Someone said we ran into his ex on our first date. Like, what are the odds? And, of course, she came up to the table. It was awkward. You could cut the tension. And I thought, yep, this is doomed. But after she left, we just started laughing about how ridiculous it was. And it weirdly bonded us. We ended up dating for a year and a half.
What? Wow.
It turned into something.
Trauma bond.
Someone else said, I got a little too drunk, like embarrassing. I ended up knocking over a bunch of drinks on the table, laughed too loud. I texted him the next morning apologizing, fully expecting him to have blocked me, and he replayed round 2, but maybe with water this time.
Worst first date you actually managed to recover from.
He gave me, it was a major TMI. We met up, and the first thing out of his mouth was, just so you know, I have narcolepsy. I was like, whoa, okay. It was so weird. That's fine. Everyone's got their stuff, but it was so awkward. That was the first thing out of his mouth. I was like, oh no, this is going to be such an awkward first date. But
well, I got asked, did he fall asleep or anything?
He did not. But honestly, that's what he was worried about.
Well, so the whole conversation is, bad first dates or awkward first dates that were recovered from. Are you with this person now?
Yes, actually.
Little do you know, he was just like, I'm going to set the stage. So anytime I ever fight with my girlfriend, I'm just going to be like, I'm asleep. Genius when you think about it.
Someone said we had nothing to talk about on our first date. It was just painful silence, and you could hear forks hitting plates, other people talking, even to the point that the waitress came over and she started looking uncomfortable. And finally, I said, "This is brutal. We need a reset." And he laughed and admitted he was nervous, and we started over. And honestly, it just totally flipped. We ended up getting drinks after and talked for hours.
Worst first date you actually managed to recover from.
She had this, this is kind of it's embarrassing, but she had this coughing fit. And it got so weird where she was had a drink in her hand, spilled it all over the table, got on my pants, got on her dress she was wearing, and it was like a red wine kind of thing. But she was so embarrassed, and she just cut the date short. She wanted to go home. That happened.
But you didn't hold it against her. You saw more of her.
Oh, definitely. Oh, most definitely.
More coming up next.
Closer by the minute to your next opportunity at 194's Automatic Ticket Machine at 9:10 this morning. And there's a teacher that has absolutely won at the end of the school year. What they said to a student recently on the way.